Did you miss me? I'm back. It's showtime with me, Chewy, along with your 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. It's the world famous
Boss Radio, Los Angeles.
It's a heat wave here on Boss Radio, and who will save your soul? It's Jewel on the Boss. Boss Radio. It's your buddy Chewy. Just a few minutes, I'm going to be telling you about the third candidate that you could vote for during this November's presidential election. Until then, Rod Stewart and Peter Gabriel are next on the Boss. Boss Radio, and a song that was written by Prince was the number one song worldwide in 1990 as sung by Sinead O'Connor.
It's been said.
No, it's not wham, it's wham. Yeah, that exclamation point really does make a difference. Boss Radio and your buddy Chewy. Apparently 26% of Americans feel that the current president should remain in office, while 34% say it should be the other guy, meaning an overwhelming majority of Americans feel that both choices are bad for America. Enter a man formerly named Dustin Ebby, a Texas school teacher who started a website in 2023 called literallyanybodyelse.com. The former Mr. Ebby, dissatisfied with his presidential choices, looked at the website initially as a way to make money by selling t-shirts and bumper stickers. It all came to a head when he realized that it was going to be a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump in 2024. And instead of complaining about it like most Americans, he took action. It was at that point he decided to legally change his name. He changed it to literally anybody else. First name literally, middle name anybody, last name else. He has a driver's license to prove it and everything. Then he collected more than 113,000 signatures needed to get on the Texas ballot. And if you'd like to support Mr. Else during his presidential run, visit his website at literallyanybodyelse.com. He won't be on your local ballot, though. You are going to have to use him as a write-in candidate. I'm not sure about Mr. Else personally. I'm seriously eyeballing Miss None of the Above, though.
When it comes to
great tunes, great times, great radio, we are the world famous Boss. Off their album Fair Warning, Van Halen on the Boss. Reminder, weeknights are a party with Matt Collier in the nighttime on Boss Radio. Catch Matt starting at 6 Pacific with the greatest Boss hits, and then the party kicks in at 8 o'clock with the 80s at 8. And the fun doesn't stop there. No, you see, at 9, he kicks it up a notch with the 90s at 9. It's Matt Collier in the nighttime. The party starts at 6 weeknights here on Boss Radio. Hopped up on caffeine and tacos. It's me, Chewy, along with your 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. It's the world famous
Boss Radio, Los Angeles.
Boss Radio. This power ballad was listed as the 78th best hard rock song of all time, according to VH1. Here's Bad Company on The Boss. Baby. It's The Boss on The Boss. How appropriate, don't you think? Eurythmics, Whitney Houston are next on The Boss. Well, looky here it is, Boss Radio. Rumors have been had, and I'm here to set the record straight. They're all true. Even though we're powered by Live 365, you can currently find us on the iHeartRadio app for free. Download that app and make us one of your favorites. It's Boss Radio. With your 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. This is the world-famous Boss. Duran with the new moon on Monday here on Boss Radio. But Monday is when the solar eclipse is going to be making its way across the good old US of A. Along with every other nut job out there, I'm staying where it's safe. No, not in an Airbnb, but deep within the Boss Music Vault here in beautiful downtown Los Angeles. At least until everything blows over anyway. Have you ever used an Airbnb? I personally have not, but I know quite a few people that have. Starting in May, Airbnb will ban indoor security cameras from their listings. That's right. Currently, homeowners are allowed to have indoor security cameras in common areas. Now, these devices are to be clearly disclosed on the listings page, and the cameras are to be installed in easy-to-see places. Now, places such as bedrooms and bathrooms are supposed to be camera-free. As of May 1st, the only cameras allowed will be exterior and doorbell cameras. Now, for all you freaks out there, you have less than a month left to create your caught on Airbnb camera amateur videos for Pornhub. Hi there, it's Chewy. No, I didn't win the Powerball. That's why I'm here. I'm here to play your 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. It's the world famous
Boss Radio, Los Angeles.
What you got here is Boss Radio. It's a song that is considered one of the defining songs of the Britpop era and has been named one of the greatest songs of the decade by several publications. Rolling Stone included this in 2 editions of its 500 greatest songs of all time. Here are The Verve with Bittersweet Symphony on Boss Radio. Welcome to the wonderful, colorful world of Boss Radio. It is I, Chewy. More on the way. Bruce Hornsby in the range. Get ready to do the safety dance next on The Boss. It is the world famous Boss Radio.
When I say goodbye.
Glenn Fry, Smuggler's Blues on Boss Radio. Right from the Miami Vice soundtrack. Miami Vice reminds me of Spring Break, and Spring Break reminds me of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. If you're going to be in the Fort Lauderdale area this spring break, look out for Hurricane Ayana. No, she's not the latest weather system coming off the west coast of Africa. She's actually a bartender that serves shots as well as a slap in the face. For $30, you too can get a hurricane shot, served by this smoking hot 26-year-old. What is a hurricane shot, you may ask? Spring breakers get a shot of their favorite beverage from a glass held in her mouth before getting a pitcher of water dumped over their heads and a slap across the face. It's purely performance, and Ayana has permission prior to things getting physical. She's only there for 2 months during the spring break season. And at $30 a shot, we're pulling out the calculator and doing the math, plus tip, and doing anywhere between 150 to 200 shots every single night. She was hauling in about $6K a night. So for 45 days, she was doing about $270,000 last season. Yeah, you heard me right. $270,000 for 45 days of work. And if you're interested in helping this young lady further her career, you can find her at Backyard in Fort Lauderdale. And yes, she does do private parties. Playing the greatest Boss hits of all time, we are the world famous Boss. From his album Empty Glass, it's Pete Townsend here on Boss Radio. If you own or know of a business that could possibly benefit from our worldwide audience, let us know. Advertising on radio is one of the most cost-effective ways to promote your message. If you'd like to learn more about advertising on the Boss Nation of stations, contact us at bossbossradio@gmail.com. That address again is bossbossradio@gmail.com. Hi there, it's Chewy. Another hour to go and another opportunity to play your 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. It's the world famous
Boss Radio, Los Angeles. Carry on my
Boss Radio, and a song that reached #1 in the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, #2 in the Australian ARIA Singles Chart, and #7 on the UK Singles Chart. Here's Maxi Priest on The Boss.
She was a Jezebel, this Brixton queen.
The Cars, and let's go on Boss Radio. Mike and Mechanics and Supertramp next. It's Boss Radio with #1 music from Adele on The Boss. John Mellencamp on Boss Radio. Good thing he didn't name himself John Taz Mellencamp. Probably get sued. In 2023, the Australian Football League, that would be soccer for us American types, awarded the island state of Tasmania an expansion team. Any guesses on what they wanted to name themselves? If you said Devils, That'd be correct. And do you know who owns the trademark Tasmanian Devil and doesn't want the team to use that name? That's right, Warner Brothers Studios. Warner Brothers, since 1984, has had a trademark on the character of Taz the Tasmanian Devil, and it wasn't until this past March that negotiations became a wee bit easier with the WB. Why? Well, that's when the studio giant learned that the Tasmanian Devil is actually a real animal, which is native to the island that famous cartoon character is based from. And since this discovery, the team has launched their logo and jersey. And to be fair, the logo looks nothing like the classic Warner Brothers character. And the WB should not have any issue with confusion between their character and the AFL club's mascot. I personally would like to wish the newly minted Tasmanian Devils a successful season. Though, in my opinion, they've already won.
Teachers shape.
Great tunes, great times, great radio. We are the world famous Boss. Just can't get enough of Boss Radio. Bad company there. Your buddy Chewy here, and I am out of here. I'll talk to you again next weekend. Take care of yourself. David Lovejoy, he's next. But before I leave, I'm going to leave you with this. How do they get deer to cross at those yellow deer crossing signs, huh? I don't know. Van Camp and Morgan, mornings, and the greatest Boss hits all day long. This is Boss Radio. Bye-bye now.
On the next Van Camp and Morgan show,